Dave, a 2-2 draw here. We love that scoreline. Is it one you're happy with?
It's always tough because I suppose potentially before the game it's a tough place to come, it's a long place to come, and the manner in which you get draws sometimes can dictate whether it's feels like a good point or feels like points dropped. Since I've been, that probably epitomises a little bit what we're like. We've done enough to win. I thought we were unfortunate enough to be behind in the first half, conceded 2 really poor goals, and the game's about moments. I think you look at even at the start of the second half with Gav's chance is a carbon copy of what their chance is that gets them 2-1 in front, and we don't take it and they do take it, and football can be decided by moments and by, I suppose, little bits of ruthlessness and detail, and they've probably been better than that over the course of the season than what we have, which is why they're sat 3rd in the table and we're sat 11th, 12th, 13th, whatever it might be, and they are the fine margins. And if you're gonna be a successful team, then moments have to go in your favour. You've got to make them count, and that's the one reason why today we've not won the game, when on another day we could certainly have won it with the opportunities we had.
Yeah, it was the only team we looked like going to win it in the last half hour. Certainly when Yeovil went down to 10, we bossed it, didn't we?
We did. I was probably a little bit not concerned, especially when the team goes down to 10 men. I still want us to play forward. I thought for 5 or 10 minutes we didn't do that. Everyone wanted to come towards the ball and made it a little bit easy for them. But once we made the change and went a bit more expansive and open, we moved the ball well, got the ball into good areas, and have had good chances. Ryan's chance, I think, obviously it's cleared off the line, then Moles' chance this side, and obviously Kitch's chance in in injury time. So if with 20 minutes to go I'd been offered 3 good opportunities in the penalty area, we have to take one of them, and then all of a sudden you're going away from a game with 3 points, and it makes up for the disappointment of last week, if you like. But listen, if a few weeks back I'd have been offered coming to Dover away and Yeovil away and being unbeaten, I think you'd have absolutely taken it. What we've got to do now is make sure we win on Saturday, and if we can do that, 8 points from 4 games is a good return. That's where we need to, I suppose, these become 2 good points if we can do that.
A couple of good headed goals as well today, good delivery into the box and well met. Yeah,
absolutely. Listen, I think we've spoken about 3 things with set pieces. The delivery was decent, a desire to get in there and movement, and obviously wanting to go and head the ball. And goals, when they're scored for you, we'll always think, oh yeah, they're good goals. Them defensively, Darryl will be going, like I will for our goals we've conceded. But no, 2 good headers from the lads. And like I say, he's got us the minimum we deserve from the game.
Aidan Keener made his debut today. Hard work from out there in that role. How did you assess his performance?
Yeah, I mean, we what we wanted to try and do, and we didn't do it. Although first half I thought we played okay and we were in control, and we've conceded 2 goals from nowhere really. We were frustrating. I wanted him or Gav to be closer to him, and give them, they're 2 willing runners, and give them something to run in behind on, and we didn't not go big enough. We didn't put enough quality balls in behind, then we made it easy for them to defend, and everything was short, and that meant that although we looked comfortable territory wise, we didn't give them something to go at. Obviously when the send-off happens, we change our shape, and probably if we're looking at work we have to do with Aidan, it'll be if we're going to play him as a lone striker. He's not your typical lone striker, and where we put the balls will be massively important to sort of help him and make sure we get enough support to him. But he's worked hard. He'll get used to us in terms of what we want, and as with every striker, he'll want to get his first goal. But the more he keeps putting himself in good areas, which we know he will do, because watching him in training tells us that. And when he gets in the final third, like with his shot he had from 20, he'll back himself. And if he keeps doing that, he'll get goals.
just over 100 Pools fans. I know it wasn't the first time they typed Yeovil into the sat-nav this season, but they kept on coming, and they were rewarded with a good performance, and it's a fairly feisty atmosphere at times as well.
Yeah, it was. It's always tough because, listen, I think obviously from their perspective they're up at the top of the table, they're desperate to get back into the Football League. We've turned them over twice in the league, and probably when they go in front, they think there's almost an entitlement that they're going to win the game. All lads were, like I say, were plucky, kept going and showed good quality. And listen, on another day, we could have won the game, and I'm sure there'd have been even more displeased. That was probably my one disappointment. To be fair, I was getting a few pelters from me, and listen, it's banter, and most of the time it's well. Or kind-hearted a little bit, but I'd love to have celebrated a third in front of them. That would have been for sure. Listen, they're a good side. They're up at the top of the table for a reason. They're where we aspire to be, and where we're going to try and keep working to get to. And the atmosphere at away games, it's why it's always good to come and get something to take home with us, to keep our supporters happy. Like I say, travel a long distance, and to make the natives a little bit restless and disappointed.